Hi there. And so today we're going to talk about being normal and what is normal. Have you ever met someone new and thought that they were strange? Yeah, we've all been there. Some people can come, sorry, some people can seem off putting and leave you feeling uncomfortable. As you begin to make a judgment call on that individual, you are focused on everything that is different about them. And with those thoughts, you shut down from being in that moment. But what is normal? Maybe you are the one who is different. Those thoughts are ways for you to see how others differ from your own belief structures. So, what is normal? There's no such thing as being normal. No one is normal. I want you to understand that. Nobody is normal. The people that we think are normal are just more alike ourselves than they are different from us. They are people who hold the same or similar beliefs and conditioned behaviors as we do. They most likely have similar upbringings, whether it be social, regional, or familiar, but everybody has something about them that seems strange to somebody else. The differences need to be right, and that's so true. The people that we tend to think as normal really are just more alike than they are different. But the truth of the matter is if you looked at them hard enough, you would start to realize all of the differences. And when you see those differences, then you realize they ain't as normal as you had thought that they were. Because nobody is normal. We're just more alike than we are different with certain individuals. That's why you always end up with like groups or cliques and things like that. These are the people that are sharing the same common values, the same common interest, and so therefore you together as a group are normal. But outsiders might look at that and go, they're all weird. you know but that's just the way life works. We tend to go into these groups and try to socialize around people that are more like us than the people that are different to us. But the real thing here is that you really need to celebrate being who you are and what you are. You need to celebrate those differences, the differences that you have and the differences that others have. The best way to be able to learn and to grow is by being challenged by those differences. See, in life, we're all in this together. We are all going through the same experiences. We all have the same wants, the same desires, and the same needs. And we're coming at it at different angles and different perspectives. And even though we're all living in the same world, when you talk to other people and you find out that, or you start having those thoughts about them being like different or not normal, well, it's the same world you're living in. And one of the best things to do is to examine that perception and that world that they see, because it's different from the world that you are seeing. And maybe you've been missing out on something that you never even realized. There's so many different shades, and yet we always like to stay with the basics. We like to stay with our vanilla, our plain, and some people, it's rocky road, you know, and sometimes it's just great to see, how somebody else is seeing all of this stuff. And this helps you be able to expand not only you, but the thoughts that you're having in your perspective. And it leads you down a different path because you can see that, not everything is really what you think it is. Because how is it that two people could be in the exact same world at the exact same time, sharing the same common air, and yet have two completely different experiences? Well, everybody has a different experience, and those things need to be celebrated, and they need to be used as an inspiration for you. I personally like it when I come across people that I find that are different, because sometimes I'm that person, you know, But it, I'm always just fascinated to um, to learn from them. As they always say, that walk a mile in somebody else's shoes. Most of the time, when they're saying that phrase, they're talking about, trying to understand somebody else's behavior and motivation for something that was probably a negative. And I'm saying, let's do that for something that's a positive. Let's do that for something that somebody else is got a different set of views for the same world that we're both living in. Walk a mile in those shoes and let's just see what it looks like. We all watch movies and we all like to watch things that are a little bit different than us or a little bit fantastical. And that's because we actually really, at the core of us, we like those differences. We like the things that are strange and different or weird, things that aren't normal. You stop and look at some of the movies that are popular and you think, well, that character is just completely, off the rocker or bizarre. They aren't right, but we love watching that character and we actually end up falling in love with that character, and that character is something that sticks with you. Well, so is that person that you think may be a little bit challenging or that you are thinking that might be a little too strange for you. We're all the same. And so, what I would like you to do for this lesson is express your differences um, and feel free about doing that. But also, when you come across somebody that you are thinking is just strange or weird or whatever, go engage with them. Go ask them some simple questions or get into a conversation with them and just try to see what the world looks like through their eyes and see what it is that you can kind of learn from that experience. It's easy to engage with people. People, like I said, for the most part, we're all the same. We have common desires, common interests, and things like that. You can kind of tell by a person by the way that they are dressing or what it is where you're meeting them as to what it is they're interested in, and start out a conversation about that. But that's what I'd like you to do. I mainly want you just to connect with somebody else that's different than the people that you think are the normal ones. And so until next time, I want you to take care.